Okay, good morning everyone. We're going to continue our discussion today on the TOEFL section, but we're going to focus more on the reading section for today, alright? But before we do the reading practices, of course, I listed some of the activities that we're going to do today, and I really hope that we can finish them all by this meeting, okay? So we're going to do some vocabulary practice, and of course it's taken from the reading passage. And we're going to discuss about the past simple tenses. Again, we're going to review on that since last time we have discussed about it, okay? And the last last thing that we can do is to do some reading and have a discussion on it. Does anyone of you familiar with this picture? No? Okay, right. So this picture is Lil Abner. His name is Lil Abner. Okay, so Lil Abner was a famous American comic strips in the 20th century. Oh, that's pretty old. Yes, okay. So Lil Abner here described as what do you think he looks like? Clumsy, yes? Right, dirty, a bit dirty, right? Yeah. But why do you think he looks clumsy? Oh, because of this? Yes. His bait actually attached to his pocket here, right? Looks pretty clumsy, okay? And he is eating the sandwich with, I think the fish is still alive, right? Okay, he looks pretty clumsy over here, right? And he is actually pretty famous in the 20th century. He is the first comic strip in the USA that shows or tells stories about politics, some kind of that, right? And one other characteristics that we're going to get to know more is while we do the reading passage, let's learn some of the vocabularies that you will see in the reading passage later on in the article, okay? So, booklet, fable, illustrates, commentary, satire, photograph, realistic, and comic strip, okay? Our activities will be to practice on vocabulary today. I have printed out, okay, the activities over here. What I want you to do is to number the words. See over here, okay, I would like you to number the words according to your understanding. So you number it 1, okay, if you are familiar with the word. If you are not familiar with the words, sorry. Okay, number 2, if you are familiar with it and think that you know the words, you think that you know the meaning. You have ever heard about this, but you might think you know the meaning. The third, if you number it 3, okay, that means you are very familiar with it. You know the synonyms, okay. You know what synonym means? Yes, like another words, okay, that can describe the same word, okay, another word that has the same meaning, okay. And if you can number it 4, okay, if you are really familiar with the words, you know the synonyms, okay, and you can make a sentence out of it, okay. So there you go, let's dig into practice. Okay, now since you have numbered all the words over here, let us discuss about it further. Okay, right. Who wrote down number 1 for booklet? No one? Okay, so you know what booklet means? Yes? Yes, okay, good. So it's a set of, right, okay, good. Set of paper. That means it's like a book, okay. Comic strip. Everyone knows it? Seriously? Yeah, you number it, number 2. So you're familiar with it and you think that you know the meaning. Okay, what do you think comic strip means? Okay, a bit closer to that. Okay, the comic strip is basically this kind of comics, okay, that is put usually in a newspaper, and it doesn't actually cover the whole story. Okay, usually only a short story, and probably in one part of the newspaper you can find it. I don't know about the newspaper nowadays, okay, but back then we have comics already. You know the meaning already of these words, right? I don't want you to make a sentence out of it, but instead, okay, we're going to do a practice on fill in the blank. Okay, so let me distribute this paper to you. Okay, so let's discuss. Okay, number one, the blah 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 was different from a cartoon or a comic book. Who can answer this? Yes? Comic strip. Good job, correct. Number two? Good job, realistic. Good. Next. They become blah blah blah, a kind of literature that points out society's problems and weaknesses. What was that previously? Satire, okay? Pogo was a blah 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 about animals living in the swamp. Yes, a story about animal is what we call as a fable, okay? Next practice. A comic book was something sold in stores, a booklet. Let's see. So, okay, you remember that last time we discussed about past simple tenses? Yes, okay. You remember that there are two types of it? Right, the verbal and the non-verbal ones. Okay, we're going to try it now in this passage. Okay, so most of the time when we're discussing about a biography, okay, an autobiography or something, okay, we discuss about their past lives, right? Okay, and of course we will find out so many past tenses, sentences, example, okay, in this passage, right? But let us try to find two of the examples first, okay? So I'm going to distribute this paper for you. It looks like this. Okay, right. So let's do this. Okay, one sentence would be, can anyone give me an example of sentence that is verbal in this passage? Okay, comic strips told a story in a series or drawings. Yeah, let's break it down. Comic strips are the nouns, or we can call it as the subject, yeah. Okay, followed with a verbs, yes, okay. Verb 2 and the object. Story in a series. Good job, okay. And let's go on to the non-verbal one. Yes, if we use verb as the verbal sentence, okay, the non-verbal one use, yeah, was all over. One example, please. Good job. The comic strip, what was different from a cartoon or comic book? Yeah, that's paragraph 2. Yeah, correct. So this one is the subject. And because comic strip is singular, yes, we use was. Okay, the was over be. And this one is supposed to be the object. Good job, everyone. Nice. Okay, so I'm going to give you around 5 minutes, let's say, okay, to find out more about the two types of past simples, and we're going to discuss it later. Okay, if during your practice, your readings over here, you found some what is that, like difficult, unfamiliar words, you may consult me. Okay, please raise your hand. Okay, and then say which word is that, so like everyone in the classroom may also hear the word. Okay, and the explanation. Right, 5 minutes.